Hello, hello. It's Dr. Erica R. Jones, MD, right here, back at you again. Thank you for your time and attention. Your attention is the most valuable thing that you have. Today, I'm talking to you about something that I'm pretty sure parents have had to mention to you before. Sugar and eating too much sugar. I know as a kid, we had cereal. And when I tell you, my brother and I would literally try and go through a box of cereal in like a day or two. We really did that. We love sugar so much that my grandmother tried to stop buying us cereal with sugar in it. Yeah, we used to love Frosted Flakes. We used to love the Captain Crunch peanut butter. We loved it. I mean, we would just go through boxes and boxes and boxes, not even knowing that, like, hey, sugar really is bad. We just had no clue how bad for us that it was. So now, here we are, right? I am gonna go over this New York Times article that talks about your body on sugar. So this article was published on October 30th, 2024 by Alice Callahan. And, she introduces the topic talking about, there are natural sugars in fruits, veggies, and other plants that have served us well. They provide essential fuel, right? Because as I know in medicine, we need glucose to survive. Glucose powers many of our body's processes. But now sugar is being more processed. So sugars are being processed into more potent forms. They're added to a lot of different foods that some people don't even know about, right? So I just talked to you about cereal. So sugars are being added to a lot of foods and drinks in America. So sodas, candies, breakfast cereals, even salad dressings. Yes, that salad that you think is just like so healthy. Well, you kind of got to look at the dressing too. Even bread. Yeah, sugars are being added into breads. And a lot of us are getting more sugar than our bodies can handle. So it's a really great article. And it talks about each body system and how sugar affects each body system. It starts off with the mouth. I'm just going to read from the article. It says the potential issues from added sugar start in your mouth. Here, certain bacteria break sugars down and produce acids, which eventually can erode your tooth enamel. Your saliva can neutralize these acids, but if you keep consuming sugary foods and drinks throughout the day, it won't be able to keep up. Acid levels will remain high, increasing your risk for cavities. A diet high in sugary drinks like soda and juice can also change your mouth's microbiome. Did you know that you had a microbiome in your mouth? Yeah, you do. And an increasing number of acid-producing bacteria can be formed if you're constantly eating sugars. And this makes you more susceptible to cavities. What happens if you get cavities that go untreated? Very poor outcomes for your oral health. You're gonna be in a dentist's office. You're gonna be out of some moolah. I mean, this article is amazing. It goes from your mouth to your gut, specifically talking about the pancreas, which I think she did a really good job of succinctly talking about what happens in the pancreas when your blood sugar rises. So she talks about, your blood sugar rises and your pancreas releasing insulin, and really just walks through the whole pathway of insulin resistance. So I'll read it to you. She says, as your cells pull in the glucose, your blood sugar returns to normal. And when you eat foods high in added sugars, when your blood sugar rises, your pancreas releases insulin, a hormone that helps glucose enter the cells that we need for energy. And as your cells pull in the glucose, your blood sugar returns to normal. Eating foods High in added sugars can cause large blood sugar spikes. And when this happens repeatedly over years, your cells can become less responsive to insulin. This is called insulin resistance. She broke down that concept really, really well in a few words. So your pancreas will compensate by making more insulin, but eventually it may not be able to make enough to keep your blood sugar levels in check. That's how diabetes type 2 develops. And she did an amazing job. There are animations. The article talks about the sugar's effect on your brain, the liver, fat storage, the heart, and the joints. I mean, what we don't realize is that what we think may be small little molecules or just a little bit of sugar might be too much. So then she goes on to talk about how the American Heart Association actually has a stricter limit of, 6% of calories consumed, or no more than about 25 grams per day of women and 36 per grams a day. The article goes on to talk about, on average, people in the United States consume about 67 grams of added sugars per day. And then nearly 2/3 of these added sugars coming from sugary drinks, sweet snacks, desserts, and candy. One of the things she also mentions is those sneaky sugars, like those in the condiments, the pasta sauces, sliced bread, granola, and even those sweetened yogurts. Those are the sneaky sugars. So be sure that you are checking the added sugars line on the nutrition labels. You've seen me posting different snacks, different drinks, and talking about the added sugars that they have, and talking about the daily servings that we should be having. So just make sure when you are consuming something, if you have a package, look at the nutrition label, right? Look at the added sugars and pay attention to how much sugar you are consuming, because guess what? It can impact multiple parts of your body. It can impact your brain too. If you want to know more, go to the New York Times. The title of the article is called "This is Your Body on Sugar." I'm Dr. Erica R. Jones, MD. You want to know more about this topic? I also suggest that you look at my video on UPFs, or ultra processed foods. Thank you.